For step 3, I'm going to rely on my try markers. I think that's what I call them in the book, and I give specifications for these. And these are made out of HDPE plastic. I made them to last a lifetime. I made 3 of them. You need 2 if you're going to put these in a row. That's what they're designed for. You'd leapfrog them over in a row. But here, I'm not doing that. I'm just planting like you see here. So you lay these discs down and you arrange them however you want them to be arranged. I guess I'll go for that. Then you press down on them, flatten them out. Okay. Then you use your thumb dibble to indent slightly in each planting spot. Now, there may be some people watching this who are thinking, oh my goodness, that is insane. I've never seen such a thing. Planting carrots, this is so much work, so much effort. Why don't you just scratch a furrow and plant your seeds? Well, because I like this method better, and I think it works better. And there's a rock. I can feel a rock down there. We'll get rid of that. So the point is, I've made a little dibble in each one of these. I'm going to remove, and I can place over here these try marker discs like so. Okay, then everywhere I've got an indent, I'm going to indent it and make a nice little pocket with my index finger dibble. Okay, and I'm going down, oh, maybe ½ an inch. All right, it's not that tedious. It's kind of fun to get your fingers in the soil, and that's done. We'll go to the next step. Okay, the next step is planting the seeds, and I'm using Johnny's Bolero carrot seeds. They're storage carrots, and they are my favorite storage carrot. Now, in the past, I've planted by pouring seeds into my palm, pinching and planting, pinching and planting, little pinches. That works fine. But this here is my Whiz Bang Pocket Seeder. It's a prototype that I've been working on, and that is a little screwdriver. So now all I need to do to plant is I could just take one seed and push it into there, but I take 6 or 7, push them into each hole, into each dibble indent, I guess we'll call them. So let's see. The Pocket Seeder is a very simple tool. I expect I'll have a first production run of these available for anyone who is interested in them next spring or later this winter. And it's a very simple tool, but it does a great job. This is the 2nd year I've been using this, and when I'm done, seeds go right back in there and a little screwdriver. So these are planted. That's the end of that step. Once the carrot seeds are planted, we're going to, we meaning me, going to take some fine vermiculite in a teaspoon, and we're going to fill the little indent like so. Don't want to put too much in because too much is not needed. Like so. Very simple. Not hard. And all together this process works wonders. Okay, I've got my vermiculite in there, and now over each dibble indent I'm going to just kind of firm it down, create a pocket over it, firm it down, Oh, I should mention that this soil is quite damp, so I did not add water to the bottom of these dibble indents. I usually do a little bit of water, just pour it in a cup. You get better control that way. Or you could use a turkey baster and suck it up and just squirt some into each pocket. I usually do that. I didn't do it today because the soil is so damp, but when I have done that, then I put the seeds in, then I put the vermiculite on. Okay, so that's done. I've indented all those. Now on go the shade discs. If you wonder what's the shade disc thing all about, well, it's in my book. You cover these things. If not a shade disc, then you would put a board or something down if you decide to plant rows. And by covering those just planted seeds, the soil does not dry out, and there's some sort of dynamic that happens with the soil covered that brings the seed up quicker. I should say, I call this 4-day carrots. You can see the video, 4-day carrots video series that I have on YouTube. I don't go into detail about planting like this, but it's there and it shows how this works. And I call it 4-day carrots because those seeds will come up in 4 days. And the packet here says, I can't find it right now, but sometimes it says, 10 days or 12 days. You get them in 4 days. But there is a caveat to that 4-day sprouting, and that is that I'm planting in July. The soil is pretty well warmed up. If I try a 4-day carrot technique in the spring when the soil is cold, it's not a 4-day carrots result. Okay, so it's 4-day carrots for these fall crop planted in July when the soil is warmed up. Okay, that's it. I've explained the whole process step by step. Now, these mini beds with the frame seem to protect these from blowing off that curb pretty well. But if I thought there was going to be a big wind, I would clip clothespins on these. Okay, I've gotten along without them in these mini beds. So there you go. That's it. That's the technique that I use. And I'll come back to this bed at a later date and show you what it looks like. But you know what? I actually have a bed I planted a few days ago. I'll show you. Now, yeah, here's a mini bed that I planted of the bolero carrots on the 8th. Let's say like the 16th, I think. And you can see that the carrots are sprouting just like they're supposed to. And I'll let them get a little taller before I thin them out to just one carrot. I also will cultivate these weeds with my pocket cultivator, and I will, as they grow taller, I'll mulch them with dry grass clippings. That has worked very well for me. Okay, I'll come back to this in a later episode, show you the progress of these carrots.